All right, all right. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. And salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And so, throughout the camp of Great Millstone, wherever they are around the earth, there's a series that we have going called "This Is Why We Call You the Devil." All right, so this is mine that I'm going to actually put on wax. And as you can see here, it says 10 animals now extinct because of humans. Now, there's more than 10 animals extinct across the earth. All right, there's plenty of animals extinct across the earth, which we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai shouldn't be, which we know through the scripture shouldn't be. But now that we have the devil that the Bible speaks of ruling the earth, we're going to have numerous numbers of extinct animals. All right, and this is just 10 because I don't want to make it too long. All right, but you can see that from what I show you that this man, all right, or the nation of Edom, all right, that these people, all right, you can see from evidence, all right, of their doings, of their actions, and how they treat the earth, that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. And we don't just say this to say this. You are the destroyer of the earth. All right. You are the red horse. All right. So this is why we call you the devil. So I'm gonna go through this video, and Lord willing, I'm gonna get some scriptures, and Lord willing, it's edifying. All right. So here we go.
The rampant reproduction of mankind hasn't worked out great for Mother Earth. The skies grow cloudy with pollution, the glaciers are sweating buckets, and Earth's animals are feeling the brunt of our collective recklessness. If you need proof, just...
And when he says the brunt of our collective recklessness, he isn't talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, we have absolutely no power. You have pushed us into the worst parts of the earth. You have pushed us into the ghettos. So we are not responsible, all right, for the brunt of recklessness that has been spread across the earth, all right, including the extinction of animals and the destruction of natural resources and natural habitations. We are not responsible for this. So you cannot say humans, all right, are responsible for this, because first of all, the so-called white man is not a human. The word human means a man of color. Hue means color, man means man. The so-called white man has no pigmentation, so he has no color, so he is not human. He is just man. All right, see, this is the lies that we have to break down, and this is why we call you the devil that the Bible speaks of, because you are a liar and a slanderer, and you make everybody responsible for your actions and your destructive ways. See, and we can just pick you apart, and this is why we call you the devil. First, I'm going to go further on.
Take a look at these 10 creatures humanity has already wiped off the map. Brilliant news! Number 1, the dodo bird. Let's start with the obvious, the poster child for extinct animals. The dodo hasn't been spotted since 1662, when it was driven to extinction by both the sailors who discovered it and the evasive species they brought along with them.
All right, the people that discovered it. So we know that the so-called white man came over here to the Americas, all right, on ships, whether they be the French, the British, all right, the Spanish, all right, and they came over here and they desolated and destroyed natural habitations for animals that were currently living here, which led them into extinction. And that's why we have certain species that are extinct. This is all due to the so-called white man tampering with habitations and natural resources that these animals used to survive. This is what this comes from. All right. This man is the devil, and this man goes everywhere and destroys his own habitation and the habitations of others. All right. Which would be the so-called Native American Indians. All right. The indigenous people. Wherever he goes, he brings death and destruction. All right. Clearly, it's evident. Extinct, this animal.
2. Western black rhino. Intense poaching over the last...
There he is, the so-called white man himself. All right. Now it tells you during it tells you in Genesis 20, the 25th chapter, that Esau would be a cunning hunter. All right. Esau is responsible for the extinction of the black rhinos. Why? Due to hunting and poaching. All right. Esau would gather the heathen nations of that land, whether they be Ham, all right, or Moab or Ammon, all right, and he would assign them to go poach and hunt animals because they followed after his ways, all right. And this is a part of that wine that you've been spreading across the earth, all right. The wine that you spread is nothing but death and destruction, man. And this is why we call you the devil. And there and lo and behold, there's the devil in the screenshot, all right. And there in the background is the extinct animal that we have today, the black rhino, due to the so-called white man's destructive ways. You see?
Several decades has seen this subspecies of rhinoceros eradicated. In 2011, the western black rhino was officially declared extinct. 3. Bubal hartebeest. In the 19th century, as the French army swept across Algeria, massive herds of Bubal hartebeest were consumed by the troops. The species decreased over the course of the next 100 years until it was declared extinct at the end of the 1930s.
And this is a very special animal, by the way. This is the hartebeest, and this is in the scriptures. All right, this is what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai left us as a source of food. All right. And from what you've seen, I'm going to rewind it. The so-called white man came over with his destructive ways. The devil came over, all right, and depopulated this animal. And this is an animal that is lawful to eat according to the scriptures. Okay, I'm going to rewind it. All right, so you can see the devil. All these devils come over and destroy the earth. All right.
In the 19th century, as the French army swept across Algeria, massive herds of Bubal hartebeest were consumed by the troops. The species decreased over the course of the next 100 years until it was declared extinct at the end of the 1930s.
And this is due to the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, coming over and desolating the habitation of this animal. All right. Leaving it desolate, leaving it nothing to eat. Leaving it no fresh water. Why? Because all the gunpowder from all the shells, from all the death, all the carcasses of the humans of the French. All right, this is why we say that you're the devil, because you don't bring anything but death and destruction, and you destroy natural habitations and natural resources that these animals use to live. All right, now I'm gonna get this. All right, because you just seen the heart. All right. This is Deuteronomy. Bear with me. This is Deuteronomy 12 and 15. It says, notwithstanding, thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, according to the blessing of the Lord thy power, which he hath given thee. The unclean and the clean may eat thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the hart. And that is one of the animals that we just seen. And now we can't enjoy that animal anymore because the so-called white man, Esau Edom, has destroyed parts of the population of this animal, man. Okay? Due to his destructive and violent ways. And bringing his gunpowder and all his diseases. All right? And just his unorganization as far as tending to animals and having respect to their natural habitats. He's the reason that some of the animals, or majority of the animals on the planet that we know of, are going extinct, man. Because this man is a destructive beast and animal. These people have no, they're not civilized. These people have no sympathy for the animals or the environment that they have to live in. Look, these people don't even have sympathy for the people that they live around. Okay? In the beginning of the video, it said that the earth is plagued with pollution. Like the glaciers are melting. This is all because of the so-called white man. All right? He is the destroying force on the earth. He is the pale horse. He brings the spirit of the pale horse, but he is the red horse. All right? It tells you that in Revelations. He brings nothing but death and destruction all across the earth. And this is why we call you the devil. All right? You jump down. This is Deuteronomy 12 and 22. It says, I'm going to start at 21. It says, if the place which Yahweh thy power have chosen to put his name there be too far from thee, then thou shalt kill of thy herd and of thy flock, which of Yahweh have given thee, as I have commanded thee, and thou shalt eat in thy gates whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. Even as the roebuck and the hart is eaten, so shalt thou eat them. The unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike. And we can't even enjoy this and do this anymore, because the so-called white man is desolating the deer population, the hart population, the roebuck population all across the world, wherever he goes. And this is why we call you the devil. All right? So let's get back to this video. There's a couple more animals that I want to go into. Or that's going to go into. Salakia, excuse me.
As the Dutch began to overtake South Africa.
The Dutch. Who do we know? The East, the nation of Edom, once again. Wherever they are, they bring destruction. Previously, we saw the French. Now we're seeing the Dutch. And this is why we call you the devil, because everywhere you go, you bring death, destruction, and disease, man. Okay? We don't just say this just to say this, man. Okay? You can't get mad at us. You are responsible for all these things happening across the planet, man. When all the other nations were in power, there were no extinct animals. Now that the nation of Edom has came into power and has taken control of the earth, there are large and numerous amounts of extinct animals. Why is this? Because the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the wicked, has taken control of the earth, according to Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse. I'm going to get it. All right, this is Job. And every time you see an extinct animal, it has something to do with the so-called white man. This is what we've seen so far. Damn devil, man. Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. The so-called white man has paraded around the earth and brought his destructive ways and has totally destroyed the natural ordinance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, and has destroyed his animals and his creations, and is continuing to destroy his animals and his creation and his people to this day. And this is why we call you the devil. We can reiterate this multiple and numerous times. Because the evidence and your track record shows that you are the wicked and you are the problem of the earth. We can't do nothing but prophesy it. Okay? Now I'm going to go back to the video. And let's see what the Dutch did. Nation of Edom. The Dutch Edomites.
This cousin of the plain zebra was hunted extensively to make room for domesticated animals. Though there was an attempt to save the quagga by keeping herds in zoos, the last one passed away in 1883.
So, from what you've just heard, it says that this animal was hunted all the way to extinction. All right. So now we know who that is. All right. We know who's responsible for that, and it described and gave you pictures of the Dutch coming over and committing this crime. Okay. And we know that the Dutch are Edomites. All right. Now let's get this. This is Genesis 25 and 25. All right. Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, the so-called white man, the patriarch of you Caucasians. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And let's highlight that, man. I'm going to read that again. Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. So, from what you just seen, let's bring it back.
As the Dutch began to overtake South Africa, this cousin of the plain zebra was hunted extensively to make room for domesticated animals.
So it says this animal was hunted extensively. Who was it hunted by? The nation of Edom. All right, the descendants of Esau. Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right. Period, point blank. We found out that you are the devil. You're the problem of the earth. You are the cunning hunter that destroys populations of the Lord's creation. Period, point blank.
There was an attempt to save the quagga by
he did this to bring in domestic animals that do not belong to the land. This is what Esau does. He does whatever he wants on the earth. All right, he destroys everything he touches. All right, and he thinks that he is the Most High. This nation of people think that they are gods. When the nation of Israel, the men of Israel are gods, not you Edomites. All right, period, point blank. And nobody is above the Most High Yahweh on this planet. Okay, period, point blank. Definitely not you Edomites, and never will be. Okay.
Keeping herds in zoos, the last one passed away in 1883. 5. Heath hen. The heath hen were once so common that they roosted on the Boston Common in the early days of America. Some historians even believe it was heath hen, not turkey, eaten at the first Thanksgiving, and was so popular that the heath hen was all eaten up by 1932. 6. Giant moa. For nearly 40,000 years, the ostrich-like bird survived in New Zealand without incident. Then the initial settlement of Polynesian explorers signaled the beginning of the end for the giant moa, which was hunted to extinction by the year 1500. 7. Passenger pigeon. The passenger pigeon was known to migrate through North America for hundreds of years. It was known as a source of food for Native American hunters, a tradition that carried over into the 19th century.
And who do you have here? Once again, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right. At it again with his destructive ways and his uncivilized thinking and ways of thought, destroying the earth, eating up and destroying the pigeon population at this time, man. It's evident, man. And it's crazy how people cannot see that this man is the problem of the earth. All right.
When the passenger pigeon was eradicated. The last passenger pigeon died in the Cincinnati Zoo on September the 1st, 1914. 8.
So that bird went from a plenteous amount that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had set up, a fruitful bird, to going into a zoo to being extinct. This is why we call you the devil that the Bible speaks of. You put the Lord's animals in zoos and pens and cages. You do the same thing today. Who told you to do this? Who told you to put and domesticate wild animals? Who told you to do this? Who told the so-called white man to go around the earth and domesticate wild animals and put them in zoos? Nobody told you to do this. You do what you want to do because you are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Stella's sea cow. Often confused with mermaids, the extinct Stella's sea cow could stretch up to 30 feet long and tip the scales up to 10 metric tons. Unfortunately, it was also sweet-natured and slow-moving, which made it prime pickings for European explorers in
prime picking for European explorers. The so-called white man at it again. Let me get this. This is Genesis. This man is the damn devil, man. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 20. It says, "And the Most High said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life." And that's what we just seen. "And fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven," which is what we just seen. "And the Most High created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly." Why is this animal extinct if the Lord brought it forth abundantly? Because you, so-called white people, in your rulership have destroyed the earth and the Lord's creations and all his animals and everything that he has brought forth. All right, everything is on the verge of extinction. All right. There's low numbers in all the species across the planet. Why is this? Because the so-called white man's destructive ways of life have been put onto the earth. according to Job 9:24. All right. Now we know that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And we know who the wicked is. The border of wickedness is the nation of Edom, who is currently ruling the earth as we speak. Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 4th verse tells you about this. Okay. Genesis 1:21, and the Most High created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Most High saw that, and the powers, ultimately how Bashem Yahushai saw that it was good. You see? And the Most High blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. So if the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, why are there extinct animals? Because the so-called white man does not follow these laws in the Bible. He does not leave things alone. Okay? He has no standard of living. These are cavemen. These are cave women. These are cave children. All right? They go back to the mountains of Georgia, Russia. Ultimately to the mountain to Mount Seir. All right? All dwelling places, all right, that are in caves. This is where these people come from. This is why they have they don't have a civilized mind to understand that the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, created everything in its perfect order. Okay, they always have to overhunt, overeat things, all right, bring animals that don't belong in certain areas to those to animals where wild animals are. All right, this is the man that brings domesticated animals, all right, to an area where wild animals are. And the domesticated animals kill off the wild animals. So you're basically leaving the ordinance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because you're tampering with his creation. And this is why we call you the devil that the Bible speaks of. Genesis 1:23, and the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And the Most High made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. Period, point blank. The Most High saw that everything that he did, his orchestration and his ordinances are perfect and they are good. The only people that has messed with this is the nation of Edom. Okay? And they are currently in rulership. And it says that they will be the end of the world. And we can see that that's evident because everything is dying under your rulership. You see? Genesis 1:25, and the Most High made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. Ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Most High, because he ordained the powers to make everything. Okay? Verse 26, and the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And this is the position that Esau sits in now. All right, but due to the fact that he is the wicked, all right, he is not going to fully do his duties while sitting in this position. All right, which is why you see extinct animals. You see the destructive ways of the people. All right, you see the pollution across the earth. You see poison in the food, because this nation has control over all these things that I just spoke of in this 26th verse. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, but they use it for wickedness. They turn it into wickedness. They turn it into desolation and destruction. Man, they don't take care of this earth. Which is why we're complaining, and this is why we call you the devil. We're going to keep saying that, man. Genesis 1:27, so the Most High created man in his image, in the image of the Most High, and the powers created he him. Male and female created he them. And the powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. Because we know that this word, and all throughout the 1st chapter, the word God is talking about the Elohim. All right, the powers, the angels under the Most High that have been orchestrated and ordained to create the earth. All right, this is what they don't teach you in Bible school. This is what they don't teach you in theologian school. They don't teach you this in the church. All right, so the Most High ordained certain powers, which our Lord was one of them, all right, to create the earth and make everything perfect. All right. Ultimately, it was the 144,000. All right, the Elohim with the Lord creating the earth, which is why it's going right back to that time again. And you Edomites are going to be taken out of power because you do not know how to sustain. You do not know how to take care of the earth. Period. Point blank. Genesis 1:30. Actually, let's get a little bit more of this video and I'll finish that off.
1741. In just 2 decades, the animal had been exterminated.
Man.
9. Tasmanian tiger. The Tasmanian tiger was one of 2 known species to have a pouch in both sexes. The dog-like animal was a tremendously successful hunter, making it a target for local farmers. That, habitat destruction and disease helped drive the shy animal out of existence.
Destruction and disease. Who brought this? Who brought disease with them? Who brings disease everywhere they go? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom.
10. Tacopa pupfish.
This is vexing.
In the 1950s and 1960s, the Tacopa hot springs gained favor among Californians as a travel destination.
Edomites.
Bathhouses sprung up, the springs were expanded.
Esau, look, Esau doing whatever he wants to do, huh? Salaki, bear with me.
You can't run your business without a CRM system anymore. Find out why.
The rampant reproduction of man in both sexes. The dog-like animal was a tremendously successful hunter, making it a target for local farmers. That, habitat destruction and disease helped drive the shy animal out of existence. 10. Tacopa pupfish.
You're the devil.
In the 1950s and 1960s, the Tacopa hot springs gained favor among Californians as a travel destination. Bathhouses sprung up, the springs were expanded.
Look at Edom doing whatever they want. Look, Red. Look at his neck over here. Red. Look at these people, Red. Doing whatever they want, doing whatever they feel that they have the freedom to do, all while destroying the earth. All right? So-called white man.
And the pupfish's habitat was changed irreversibly. The Tacopa pupfish was forced to move downriver and mate with another species, becoming something altogether different. Know of any other animals we missed? Comment below.
Alright, so there you have it. Alright. The fish had to move down the river because the damn Edomites and their nasty ass was getting in the water and having parties in the pools and the natural water sources. They were just doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing, man. All right, making the fish's habitation their pool. All right, making it the fish's habitation their hot tubs. This is why we call you the devil, man. It's ridiculous. All right, this is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right, so we're coming into the time of the destruction of the nation of Edom. All right, the unrighteous rulers of the planet. And this is why we call you the devil, because you do not know how to take care of the earth. You don't follow these laws. You have no respect towards the Most High's creation. That's why we call you the devil. All right, just for that alone. All right, there's all sorts of other types of reasons why we will call you the devil. And this is never ending, actually. Because you are the wicked, all right? And we have a book of righteousness, so we can continually point you out, all right, and nitpick you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? I'm going to get this and close out here. I don't want to make it extremely long. All right, this is Isaiah 14:13. It says, For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. This is the mentality of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. which is why they feel the need to destroy everything everywhere they go, desolate everything everywhere they go, hunt and kill everything everywhere they go. All right, manipulate and modify everything upon the earth that was already good according to Genesis, the first chapter. All right. This is why they feel the need to put the Lord's people in slavery and oppress us, because they feel that they are the most high and the most chosen people upon the earth. All right, which we know to be a lie, because we're finding out, and the Lord has told us that he had created you to be the wicked. And this is why we call you the devil, because this is what the Lord called you. All right. You are a deceiver, a slanderer, and a liar, and you are Satan. You are against righteousness. You are adversarial to the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Period, point blank. You are that nation of people, right, that pertain to all these attributes of the wicked. Period, point blank. Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. This is the time we're coming into. The Lord is taking you out of power slowly but surely. All right. First, his word, the spirit of his mouth is going to destroy you, which is us, the prophets. Okay? Because Lord willing, we were those Elohim creating the earth in the beginning, which is why we are very, very, very pissed off at how you treat the earth and how you treat our people. All right? Because it does not pertain to the law, statutes, and commandments. You're doing whatever you want because you think you're the Most High. But you're in all reality, in all actuality, you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Isaiah 14:15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That made animals go extinct? That put the children of Israel in slavery? That dropped bombs all over the earth? That came to different countries and lands with disease? All right? And ways of life that are contrary to the laws, statutes, and commandments. Ways of life that are contrary to righteousness. Is this the man that brought all this? Yes, it is. It's the nation of Edom, the so-called Caucasian man, woman, and child. Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not... Let me read that again. Isaiah 14:17. I'm going to go back up to 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Here's a point. That made the world as a wilderness, destroying everything, man, including the animals, which we've just seen, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot. And that is going to be the end of you Edomites. All right. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. The Lord is going to destroy them that destroy the earth. And we know that that is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. Okay. And this is why we call you the devil. All right. So Lord willing, those edifying. I want to end it by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures, and salutations to you Akim across the world, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom and Abad Babal. You Edomites are most definitely the devil that the Bible speaks of. Shalom.